So, welcome back everyone. If you didn't know, I've been gone for a week and I made all of my social medias to have the black square. So today we are going to talk about racism. So, you may be asking yourself, what does a white guy in rural Nebraska, in the rural part of the United States, have to say about racism? Well, here it is. I think it sucks. I think it's uncalled for. I think everybody has been created in the image of God and should be treated as such. And this last situation that occurred, why did it strike such a nerve with so many? I heard from a black pastor that I know and greatly respect, a local guy who, when this all happened, he went on Facebook and he made a video talking about how it's time for it to end. And some of the things he said, I will link his talk in my description below if you want to go and listen to what he said. I thought it was some great stuff, and it really broke my heart to hear him talk in that way and about that. And then there have been others who I respect who have shared their experiences as well. And you know, it's just a sad thing when those who are supposed to be who we look to for protection and those who we are supposed to look to for assistance, who have done things that make so that people can't, and that there is such a great divide. You know, whether you believe the statistics that say there's no black brutality by police, that it's just as great on the other side, or not, people still don't deserve to be treated differently because of their color of their skin, because of where they're from. You know, and it goes beyond just blacks. It goes to Arab, it goes to Muslim, it goes to all of that. It goes, you know, I just strongly think there are some things that need to be changed. You know, I listened to Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. I'm a 48-year-old man, and that's the first time I've ever listened to that speech in its entirety. And there were some great things that were said. It's amazing to me that I heard some stats that it was 250 years that we had slavery in the United States. It's been 150 years since then, and it's only been 100 years. Oh, it's only been, well, it was 100 years of segregation, so it's only been 50 years of non-segregation within the United States. That's just absolutely hard to fathom to me, that a nation that was built on freedom has that kind of a track record. And I'm saddened as a American, I'm saddened as a Marine, I'm saddened as a white man that is the status of our country. There's nothing no way we can deny that, because it's true. And so, with that respect, you know, I think There's a lot of healing that needs to be done still. There's a lot of mind change that needs to occur. Blacks for women, still. There's a lot of things that need to happen within our country, and I hope that those things will be addressed. I hope that those things will be changed. You know, our Nebraska usually doesn't have issues with protests, but this one has hit Nebraska pretty hard. There have been deaths in our state. There have been some great triumphs, though, too, between the black community and the police in Lincoln, Nebraska. And so I hope that those things continue throughout the country. As far as George Floyd's death, I think it's tragic. I think what makes it more tragic to me is the fact that people stood there and recorded for 9 minutes and not a single frickin' person did anything to help him. And yet we're gonna freak out about it. Why the hell did somebody not do something that was there? So to me, those people are as much at fault as the cops. But I also think we need to be careful with how much craziness we let happen. You know, I was watching the protests in Lincoln, live streaming on Facebook, and the speaker went through and did his thing, and then one of the leaders of the protests came back up and talked about how there was a man in the back of the group, had his shirt off, waving his arms and acting crazy, and talking about he was talking about the KKK, and they had asked him to leave and he wouldn't leave, and so they went and asked a police officer to ask him to leave, and the police officer said, he's not breaking the law, I can't ask him to leave. And so the protest leader, who was speaking in front of everybody that was there, gave the man's badge, gave the man's name, called him a racist, and said everybody needs to report him. And, you know, because somebody doesn't agree with you, that doesn't make him a racist. And because somebody is there protesting your protest, that's part of America as well. So I think, you know, there's a lot of that stuff that's going on right now too. You know, I read some things on social media that those who believe in the Black Lives Matter movement have said that if you're a white person and you're up for a promotion along with a black person, that you should step aside and let them take it, because more black people need to be put into positions of leadership. But to be real honest with you, I don't see how that is being racist if you're taking care of your family by taking a promotion that you're qualified for. You know, there's some of those types of thoughts that the Black Lives Matter movement has, the defunding of police, and those types of things that I don't agree with. But I do think there does need to be some changes within our country. That's a pretty cool place. I don't think I've ever seen that place before. I also think we as individuals need to do things to be more positive right where we are. And one of those things that I want to do is to begin to have some honor rides, to bring some other individuals along on my rides, whether they be people of color or white or whatever, those who have served, but those who are motorcycle riders, to show the way they've contributed to their communities in a positive manner. I'm still working out my details on that, how that's going to work, and who the individuals are, So if you know some individuals in Nebraska who have made some contributions to their communities and are motorcycle riders, and you think wouldn't mind doing a dual moto ride with me and talking about some of those things, make a comment, let me know who those are. Also, if you have some opinions on this whole racism situation, I'd love to hear what they are. Either way, regardless of what situation, where you stand on it. You know, one of the things that I think is beneficial about social media, if we use it in the right manner, is it can be a place where we can learn from one another, where we can touch one another's lives and be positive if we're open to listen and we're open to learn from others. So I think that's something that we can, and I'm open to. So if you want to share, please do. I think there are a lot of great things about our country, and I do think we have come a long way in 50 years to be where we're at. But I do think we still have a good ways to go as well, until we can get to my dream that my grandchildren will not know what the word racism means, because they don't experience it and they don't have it and they haven't seen it. So that being said, till next time, keep the sunny side up, the rubber side down, and have an utterly awesome day.